So as you guys know, or if you've been following me for a while, I've been dropshipping since early 2020. So I guess you could say I know a thing or two about making money with e-commerce. And ever since I started, I've been able to live the life I've always dreamed of having. I've been able to quit my 9-to-5 job as a janitor, cleaning bathrooms all day and taking out trash, being absolutely miserable with my life. And once I actually took dropshipping serious, I've been able to travel all over the world, going to every big city possible in the United States. I moved out of my parents' house as a teenager across the country to a luxury apartment. I can literally go to any restaurant or any store without even caring about the prices anymore. And now I'm at the point in my life, instead of me working by the hour, making $200 a week, being absolutely miserable with my life, I was able to make $46,000 in just 7 days. So now, of course, with dropshipping, since you're a professional middleman, basically, you don't completely keep everything that you guys make. So out of the 46 grand that I made, I only kept about $15,000 of that, which came out to about a 30% profit margin. And the profit margins for this product was pretty low compared to other products that I've sold in the past, mainly because I was only selling the product for $15, while the cost of goods per unit was about $5. So today I'll be breaking down literally the entire process of every single thing that I did A through Z in order to achieve the numbers that I did, so you guys can replicate the same exact process and hopefully have these same exact results. And when I tell you guys I'm teaching you the same exact thing that I did, I will literally tell you every single thing that I did when it comes down to the product requirements, the exact advertising strategy that I followed. And not only that, but I will be giving you guys a free pre-built theme that I fully customized myself, so you guys can actually have a good looking store that can actually generate you sales, because that's where a lot of people mess up. They have a trash looking store with good advertising. And the goal to make as much money as possible is to have everything look on point. So you guys will be getting that for completely free, and I'll show you guys exactly how to set it up, and I'll break everything down. All I ask for a return from you guys is to drop a like and comment something down below. So I'm gonna make this video quick as possible and run down every single thing instead of sitting here trying to get watch time from you guys like every other dropshipping YouTuber and just yapping about stuff that they don't even know what they're talking about. So without any more being said, let's talk about what product requirements that you guys should be looking for in order to find a winning product that can get you sales. So for the very first product requirement, you guys are going to want to find a product that can be held in your hands. You guys are going to want to avoid products that just sit still and that you guys can't show off. If you guys are able to find a product that you guys are able to move around in your hands and that you are able to showcase off to your audience, the retention will be so much higher than a product that just sits still. Because when you guys are moving it constantly, the viewer has to keep their eyes on the product, and this will hold the retention much more. And since everybody's brain is TikTok fried, everyone has a low attention span. So if you guys have a product that just sits still, people will just keep on scrolling because they don't see any type of movement. And I'm not just yapping about this. Results speak for themselves. You guys could go find a bunch of viral TikTok videos, and I promise none of them will be products that just sit still in the corner of a room, such as a LED lamp or a galaxy projector. Now, maybe these things have worked in the past, but they will not work now, because in the past, not everybody had a low attention span. The next product requirement that you guys are going to want to be following when you are searching for this product is to make sure that the product can be targeted towards a specific audience, and it can't just be any audience, but the audience needs to be broad so you guys can reach a lot of people. This will be your main determining factors on you guys actually getting engagement within your content, because if you guys are just trying to sell a toy that has literally no targeted audience, no one will continue watching the video because that is not the video that they are going to be interested in. It's like trying to sell a baseball product to a basketball player. They just don't go hand in hand. So you want to make sure that the product that you guys find actually have a targeted audience. I see so many people make this mistake and they just sell whatever. And if you guys try to sell whatever, I promise you it will not work. There are very specific things that you guys need to do in order to make money with your product. The next thing that you guys are going to want to have within your product is to make sure that it's a product that can spark emotion within your audience. And when I say spark emotion, it doesn't necessarily mean that it needs to make them emotional, such as making them cry or making them happy or sad, but it needs to spark an emotion by having the product be relatable towards the audience. The next thing that you guys are going to want to have in your product is to make sure that it's a product that can solve a problem or also solve a problem of an insecurity. Now, if someone has an insecurity, they'll be willing to pay for whatever the solution is, whether if that's through a product or a service. Now, I've noticed that insecurity products do amazing every single time that I run them. There probably hasn't been one single time where I sold a product that solves an insecurity and it did not make sales, because every time I sold a product like that, it brought in so much money. And a problem solving product doesn't need to necessarily be a product that fixes something, but it could also be a product that makes someone's life easier or a product that helps them save time. And just a quick tip for you guys, if you guys are trying to sell products that solve an insecurity, sell woman products because they will always do good. Women are very impulsive and they'll literally buy whatever. And if they see that you have a product for their insecurity, they will go ahead and check out. So now that you know what the product requirement is that you guys should be following, let's talk about the exact content strategy that I followed in order for me to scale up my store. Probably the biggest things that you guys are going to want to do is don't create advertisements, just simply create entertaining, relatable videos. If the viewer sees your video and they see it come off as an ad, they will just keep on scrolling, because when you are scrolling on TikTok, we're trying to be entertained. You don't really want to see any advertisements and you don't really want to feel like purchasing anything. So you're going to want to subconsciously sell the product to your audience, make them curious on where they could get the product through the relatability of the video. You guys are going to want to blend in the video as secretly as possible, because I promise you guys, once they see that it is an ad, they will just continue swiping on their For You page. So instead of putting a caption like "TikTok made me buy this," making it seem so much like an ad like how every other dropshipper does, you guys are going to want to use relatable topics to sell towards your audience. And when you guys are trying to secretly sell the product, you guys can do prototype videos, before and after videos, and the ideas that you guys could come up with for your content is endless. The next thing for your content, guys, you guys are going to want to post 2 to 3 times a day, and you guys are going to want to post this between 12 p.m. to 10 p.m. And when I say post 2 to 3 times a day, I'm not just talking about throw up 2 to 3 videos a day. You guys are going to want to post high quality content. It will always be quality over quantity. Even if your videos aren't getting views, you guys just want to keep on upping your content, find a better hook, have better marketing angles. And if you guys aren't targeting your correct audience, watch other videos within inside of your audience and find other dropshipping products that you guys can replicate your videos off of. And once you guys find a video that starts to get views, literally just copy that hook, change a few of the words, have the same exact hand angles when you guys are showing off the product, and just literally recreate that video a bunch of times. And I promise you guys, it will either get the same amount of views or it will get more views than the actual original video had. And when you guys are creating your videos, you guys are going to want to target the audience by using specific sounds that the audience is already used to seeing, or captions that the audience usually sees already on their For You page. You want your videos to blend in as much as possible with the other type of videos that they see. And the last but the very most important thing that you guys are going to want to be following is to make sure that the content is relatable to the audience so that they share the video or engage with it. If your content is relatable, you guys will have a bunch of comments and you guys will have a bunch of follows coming in. If you guys are able to notice a trend on TikTok that is related to your audience or content that your audience already watches, literally find a way to implement the same exact type of content into your video. And if you guys do that, I promise your video will go viral within your targeted audience. And that's the number one most important thing that you guys are going to want to be looking for, is to make sure that you guys target your targeted audience, because you guys could get 1 million of views, but the views aren't always going to mean that you guys are actually generating sales from these views. You guys could target a completely different audience for the wrong reason, and that's why it's so important to follow the exact type of content that your audience already watches. So now that we went over one of the 2 most important things, which was the product requirements and the type of content that you guys are going to want to be creating, let's jump on the computer and let's talk about how exactly your store should be set up. Like I said, guys, the free theme that I made for you guys specifically for a 1-product dropshipping store will be in the description below, so make sure you guys go grab that. You guys don't have to put your email or nothing like that. It goes straight to a Google Drive link, so make sure you guys go download that. So before I show you guys how to add in the pre-built theme, if you guys did not know, you guys could get Shopify for $1 a month if you guys are just now getting into Shopify. So if you guys want to get Shopify for $1 a month, the link will be in the description below, and it should bring you to this page right here. So you guys just want to add your email right here and then click on start free trial, just to make sure you guys do get that $1 per month. And then you guys could just skip through all of these. This is really just for Shopify. It doesn't really matter for your store too much. And once you guys click the link in the description to the Google Drive, you guys will see this right here. And then you guys are just going to want to download this right here. And then just head back over into Shopify. And then make sure you guys click on add theme and then upload zip file. So just drag it in right there, click on upload file. And then you guys just are going to want to click publish. So we make this our main theme, just so it's easier to get to instead of going back and forth between over here and over here. And then you guys are just going to want to click customize. And then now this is exactly how your store will look right here. You guys will have your product name right here. It could be something like the #1 brush cleaner. And then you guys could put some text text right here for your slogan if you guys do want to put a slogan like the #1 brush cleaner in the world. And then you got the call to action right here, get yours now. You guys can add as seen on badges right here, and then you guys can also put a testimonial right here. So just pretty much just write a very good review, just so you guys build that credibility within your audience. And then you got some trust over here, 30-day satisfaction. And then you guys will put your first product benefit right here, and then just write a short little paragraph. And also right here, as you guys see what I wrote, bold out the words that stand out so you guys increase the likelihood of converting the customer. So now this is very important. I'm sure you guys have seen it with plenty different dropshipping stores, but there's a lot of dropshipping stores that have certain text bolded out just so the words stand out much more to the customer. And that's going to be very important if you guys want to actually convert the customer into convincing them that that product that you guys are selling is for them. And then we just have a little bit more credibility right here, 24/7 customer support, money back guaranteed, 45,000 customers, and then why people love your brand name based on 5,000 plus reviews. And of course, you guys can switch all of this up. You guys can put whatever you like, but what I found to work the best with me and all of my stores in the past is that this layout right here for your homepage works the best. You guys will probably always see people that have just their products right here, and they swear that people don't go on the homepage, they will just go to the product page when buying the product. But that is absolutely not the case, and I'm sure you guys are struggling with sales just from that reason. So make sure you guys have an actual homepage that looks something like this, even if you guys don't plan on using this theme, because having an actual homepage is going to be very important rather than just having them being directed to the product page, because at the end of the day, they will search throughout the entire website to make sure that looks like a legit website that they are actually going to want to put their credit card information and actually continuing with the purchase. And then as you see, we got a nice little footer down here. You guys will be able to collect emails, and if you guys do want me to make a separate video on how to scale your dropshipping store with either email marketing or SMS, just comment down below and I will make a video if that's something that you guys are going to want to see, because email marketing is probably going to be the #1 thing for your dropshipping store to squeeze in a couple extra $1,000 out of maybe every $10,000 that you make. It is an amazing way to actually recover a lot of these banded checkouts, because you guys will see not everybody that goes to your checkout is actually going to check out. So that's why if we send out emails inciting the potential buyer that we almost had into actually completing the purchase with maybe sending off a discount code, they will go ahead and purchase it if they were kind of on the line of purchasing it. So like I said, guys, if you want to see a whole in-depth tutorial on how to exactly set up email marketing or SMS marketing, just comment down below and I will make that video for you guys. And then also another thing that I don't see a lot of people do is that they put their store contact email right here, and then they also put a location, which is going to be very important to build credibility, because credibility is going to be the #1 thing that you guys are going to want to have. And for your pictures, as something right here for the image with text, you guys are going to want to make sure you guys add some type of credibility, whether if that's a human holding your product, because when people shop on your website, you are going to want to build the trust with them right off the bat, because if you guys aren't able to build the trust with them right off the bat, trust will not be built at all, and therefore they will not continue checking out. And then make sure you guys put your offer right here. So let's say you guys are running a 60% off with free shipping, put limited 60% off plus free shipping, and then we have the little dash right here, ends at 12 a.m. because the main goal of saying it ends at 12 a.m. is to create scarcity within the buyer so they actually continue checking out the product. So in order to have a very high converting dropshipping store, you guys are going to want to have scarcity inside of your website that promotes some type of urgency. And then you guys will also want to have a lot of credibility, and credibility could be seen with the as seen on badges right here, or it could be the verified review right here. And also credibility could also be the way that your store is just set up, such as having professional images, such as having actual reviews for your store, and also having a professional logo. And in order to create a professional logo for your store, I'm going to teach you guys exactly how to do that. So if you guys have Photoshop, that's going to be your #1 best friend. But if you guys don't have Photoshop, you guys can use something like Canva, which is absolutely free. that can have similar results to using Photoshop. So both of them are pretty similar, but for this tutorial I'll be using Photoshop since that's what I always use. So let's jump straight into it, and you guys can follow the same exact process with me on exactly how to build your logo. So when you guys are building the logo, you guys are going to want the dimensions of your logo to be 1200 as the width and 300 as the height. And now to make a logo, it's going to be a pretty simple process. You guys are literally just going to want to have the name of your store. It doesn't need to be anything too complicated. Just make sure it's not a box and doesn't look like trash. So in order to find the correct type of font for your store, guys, you guys are going to want to head over to thefont.com. I will put the link in the description so you guys can make this a super simple, quick process. And then what I usually do is I head over to the basic right here, and you guys are going to want to just search through all these until you find a font that you like. And you guys can also preview your text right here. So just put in your store name and find a font that will look good with the name. So now for the font, I chose the font Crema. And you guys can use the exact same font too. I actually use this for a lot of my dropshipping stores. So if you guys do come across this font, yes, it is me running the product. But this is a very clean font to use. And now what we're going to do for the font, you guys don't have to make it so overcomplicated like how a lot of people do. You just don't want it to be a square and look like trash. So now after you guys type in the brand name that you guys are doing, you guys are going to want to separate either two of the words, because most of the time for your dropshipping store, it's going to be two words, right? So you guys are going to want to separate this and separate this by the color. So you guys could either make this a different color or you guys can make this a different color. So I think we should do something like a lighter purple, like a lavender purple, since this would be more of a girl product, since it would be a hairbrush. And as you guys see, it's not that hard to make a logo. So many people overcomplicate it. And after you guys do that, just make it a little bigger, fill it out so it really just fills out the dimensions of the image. And then if you guys are doing a black header, make sure that the text right here is white. But if you guys do want a white header for your store, just simply change this over to black. And then also make sure you guys hide the background right here where it shows the transparent background, because once we export this as a PNG, we're only going to want the logo. We're not going to want anything else in the background, even if it's the same color as our header, because it will throw off some of the resolution. So just make sure you guys export this or save it as a PNG. You guys don't want to save it as a JPEG or none of those other things, or else you guys won't have the transparent background. And then now once you guys get back into Shopify after making your logo, you guys are going to want to head over to your settings, and then you guys are just going to want to upload this in. So as you guys see, it will look something like this. And another big thing that you guys are going to want to do is you guys are going to want to create two alternative logos. So as you guys see right here, we have the brush is black, and then we are going to make another logo. So since this is a darker background down here, we're going to head over down to the footer, click on the image, and then we are going to want to upload in our other image, which is going to be the lighter shade. So it's going to look something like this. So it's just going to add a lot more of professionality whenever people are coming onto your website, because they will see two logos and it's going to really just stand out to them more than the average dropshipping website. And hopefully the goal of this is for our customer to not think this is a dropshipping website. We want this to look like a legitimate business. Everybody knows what dropshipping is in 2024. So you guys don't want to look like the middleman, because nobody is going to want to buy from the middleman. So make sure this looks like a legit business. And then just also make sure you guys link the Get Yours link to your product. So whatever product you guys are running, just make sure that it gets redirected towards the product, because people will go on your homepage and they will see everything. So you want to make sure that your homepage looks professional as possible, and if anything, you want it to look as professional as the product page. Even though a lot of people may not be going onto the homepage, there's a good amount of people that will, and if your homepage looks like trash, then people will not simply buy from you. And heading over into the product page, as you guys see, I completely set this up for you. We have urgency right here, and that's going to be a very important thing in order to get more sales, right? So if there is not any urgency, there's not going to be an incentive for the buyer to actually go ahead and make the purchase right then and there. So we have urgency right here. We have urgency right here saying the sale is ending at 12 a.m. And then with all that urgency, you guys should have a much higher conversion rate than a normal store without any of this. So when it comes down to the store, the urgency, the credibility, and the professionality is going to be the main key factors on you actually getting sales when someone visits your website. So as you guys see on the product page, you guys are just going to want to insert every single thing right here on the shipping information, the guarantee, how the product works, if that fits the criteria for your product. If it doesn't, just simply change the text, change the icon right here. And the goal of doing this is to handle all of the objections up front. You don't want your customer to have any type of concerns. That's why if you guys come down here, you guys can see a whole bunch of credibility, the main benefit number 1, handle the objection benefit number 2, or the main benefit number 3. And this is going to be very important because like I said, the last thing that you guys are going to want to have is the customer to be concerned about how the product works, or when the product will come in, or how the product is supposed to be used. So make sure you guys have all of that right there. And then as you guys see, we have a little bit of more trust right here, and we have the FAQ. So the FAQ is going to be so important for you guys to actually have a higher conversion rate, because this is where most of the questions are going to be when the customer actually gets on the website. And the less questions that the customer actually has to be answered, the higher likelihood that they're actually going to complete and check out with the product. So we have question number 1, question number 2, 3, and then we also have how do we get in contact and how fast in shipping. So just make sure you put everything that is related towards your product that you think would be the most asked type of questions, because the last thing that you guys want, like I said, is to them to contact you and to them to get off your website. You're only going to want the customer on your website one time, and that one time you want them to purchase at that time. You're not going to want them to come back later on, whether if that's the next day or later the same day. The goal is to get them to complete the purchase right then and there. So that's why having all this urgency and having all of the objections handled and having all the questions answered with all the credibility that you guys are going to want to stack on top, you guys should have the highest converting website, and you guys should get sales just like that. And of course, make sure you guys add the review app right here. And if you guys do want to see how I exactly set the entire store up, I do have a video that I break down on exactly how to build a perfect one product dropshipping store. So if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys check that out in my channel, and you guys will see how much more sauce is inside of that video than this video, because I talk about a lot of things and break every single thing down on exactly how your description should be, how your reviews should be, how everything should be laid out, including the apps that you guys want to install. And one of the biggest things that I see a lot of people do, not a lot of their colors are correlating with their store. So for example, our store has a lavender purple right here. So that means we're going to want every single thing else to be either a lavender purple or some sort of shade of purple. So for the buy it now button, you guys are going to want to maybe make it a dark purple so it stands out a little bit more than the logo. And then for this, maybe make this a dark purple as well, or make it a lighter purple. And also for your product image, if you guys are able to correlate the product image with the logos and the colors, then that will be perfect. That's exactly what you guys will want to do, because it will look very professional. And like I said, that is going to create more credibility for the actual customer to complete the purchase, and that is going to be the main goal that we want. So you guys could just change all the color schemes and just make sure every single thing matches, and you guys should have a very professional looking store. And if you guys set up every single thing right, no doubt in my mind, you guys will get sales, and you guys will be on your way to making a whole lot of money. So if you guys found this video helpful, just make sure you guys comment down below on how exactly the video has helped you. And if you guys are new to my channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, because we're about to hit 2,500 subscribers, and then the next goal is going to be 3K, which we should be coming up on pretty soon within the next couple weeks or so. And I appreciate every one of you guys that are subscribed for all of the support that you guys have shown me. And I did actually just open my one-on-one mentorship program. So if you guys are trying to learn exactly how to dropship, whether if that's you wanting to do organic dropshipping or paid ads, make sure you guys go fill out the form down below in the description, and I will get back to you guys if I find you as a good fit for the mentorship. I don't take everybody on, as I could only teach so many people every single month, but like I said, if you guys are a good fit, you guys will be getting reached back out to on Instagram. Or if you guys don't have Instagram, just make sure you guys let me know so I could contact you a different way. So without any more being said, guys, I appreciate all of your support again, and I will see you guys in the next one.